the dead is a miracle, doc. They counted me out. Moment of truth, counting it down. Underdog story was down for the count. Back on my feet, back with a mic, back on the beat, back with a family that bang in the streets. The game on lock, I stand with a key. Standing my ground, I am planning to flee. Standing my ground, I am planting my feet. Taking a stand, embracing my destiny, shaking his hand. Flipping the script, changing the plans. Up to the top and I'm taking the fans. Making them jump, making them dance. Making them jump, making them dance. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. Hickory dock, giving them all that we got. Kick on the door, try to knock, but nobody answered. I'm going hard and taking my chances. I keep it moving, I keep advancing, keeping it gangster. Getting the perks and I'm happy to earn them. Mr. Ambitious, kill it, I'm vicious, instantly turning. Right in the storm, but focus on rainbow connections like Kermit. The water on my shoulders, it was a burden. Now I don't notice it, everything turning, everything shifting, doing it different. I'm floating, I'm drifting. Shout out the slums, round the world we uplifted. Doing it big. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the sky. We about to change the game. We about to change the game.
Sometimes I get comments on YouTube and people ask why I wear ear protection, and they ask, is it the gun, is it loud? And the answer to that is always no. I'm always shooting air guns. They're usually really quiet, but I am at a firearm range and people are shooting firearms sometimes 1-2 seats over from me. So it's really loud, so that's why I wear ear protection. It's never because the air gun's loud. It's a pistol range right next to me right now, so I still have to wear something, but I don't have to wear the ear muffs right now because, oh, there you go. Don't have to wear the ear muffs right now because I'm shooting a firearm literally right next to me. So anyway, that's why I wear ear protection at the range. Just if you were curious. Okay guys, so I'm in the middle of a series on the Kalibrgun Cricket 2 Tactical 70 WST. I've been shooting this gun now for about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. So far I've had a pretty incredible experience now. I'll go through kind of what I did with this gun. When I first got it in, I first shot a whole day with slugs just straight out of the box. I didn't adjust anything. However, since then, obviously I did make some adjustments. I actually had this whole gun in parts. The reason I focused on the first video with slugs straight out of the box is this is a 700mm unchoked barrel, so the design of it is actually very befitting for slugs. Now that said, these magazines right here, these magazines are great pellet magazines. They're not so good with slugs. So it happens that Eagle Vision makes a slug designed magazine for this gun. So if you are intending to get this gun to shoot slugs, yes, you can use the factory magazines, but what you'll notice when you start shooting slugs, especially the smaller diameter slugs, is they will slip out of the back here. It's very annoying. So my recommendation, if you're going to get this gun and shoot slugs, go ahead and get yourself the Eagle Vision magazine for the Kalibrgun. And otherwise from that though, the gun at 50 yards performed very well out of the box with slugs. Since then, like I said, I've tuned it a couple different tunes, and then I went ahead and shot the 25-3.9s, I think all the way up to 980. Now, what I noticed on this gun with velocity, and something I want to communicate, is because of this 700 millimeter barrel that's unchoked, I think it's just doing things that are different than the kind of Lothar Walther barrels that I'm used to. Usually I shoot 25-3.9s around 880, 890, maybe 900. But this gun in particular really likes the velocity to be a little higher. And what I notice is that when I bring the 25-3.9s higher up in the 900s, like beyond 970, I get better groups. So that's why I shot in 980s, that kind of velocity range. As for the gun, the accessibility and tuning the gun, to me, it was a very, very, very simple gun to work on, especially internally. And if you are going to work on this gun, the number one piece of advice I have for you is when you get your gun all assembled again and you put it all back together, this is after depressuring the gun, what you have to do is you have to pressurize the gun, and then you're going to have to actually retighten the barrel screws, and that's underneath this plate here. So if you depressurize the gun, work on it and get it back together, my pro tip for you is you want to do a full fill, then go ahead and retighten this underneath this plate. You're going to retighten the chassis so that it tightens around the barrel and gives you a good snug barrel. So that's something that should be mentioned. How heavy is this gun? It's heavy. It's 9 pounds. When you put a scope on it, you're talking about 10 pounds. So it is a heavy gun. It is meant for bench rest, in my opinion. But that being said, I wouldn't mind taking it out for a little bit for squirrel hunting. So the question you're going to have for yourself is, how powerful is the Cricket 2 Tactical 70 WST in 22 cal? And the answer to that, the simple answer, is about 60 foot-pounds. Now, the longer answer is that it depends on a variety of factors. Your reg setting, the spring tension knob on the back, and obviously the accuracy that you can get with a projectile. If you're shooting a pellet, I haven't seen pellets shoot well beyond 1,000 feet. Obviously, that's when you start destabilizing the pellet. So really, like the 25-3.9s, I can get it up to 980 and get really good accuracy. So it kind of depends on what you're shooting. Obviously, there's slugs that you can shoot that are heavier, like 34 or 36 grain out of this platform, and it can do it well. So I would say 60 foot-pounds is what you should reliably accept. Maybe 55, it depends on the gun, but 55 to 60 foot-pounds, that's a lot of power coming out of a 22. You can buy this platform at atlasairguns.com and airgunsofarizona.com. And while I'm at it, I do want to say a big thank you to Airguns of Arizona for making this video happen. Stay tuned for the next videos, and I'll see you guys next time.